Right, listen up. In the world of cybersecurity, knowledge is power, and before a cyber criminal can launch an attack, they need to gather intel. This is where reconnaissance comes in. It's basically digital espionage. Think of it like casing a joint before a heist. Criminals need to know the layout, security measures, and potential weaknesses. In the digital world, this means identifying targets, understanding their systems, and finding vulnerabilities to exploit. It's not as glamorous as it sounds in the movies. It's more like detective work, but with less legwork and more clicking. So whether it's a disgruntled employee looking to cause chaos, or a sophisticated hacking group aiming for financial gain, reconnaissance is the crucial first step. Active scanning is the boldest form of reconnaissance. It's like knocking on someone's door to see if anyone's home. Essentially, it involves directly interacting with the target system. Hackers use various tools and techniques to send probes and analyze the responses. One common method is port scanning. Imagine a building with hundreds of doors. Each door leads to a different service running on a computer. Port scanning is like rattling every doorknob to see which ones are unlocked. Another technique is vulnerability scanning, which is like checking the windows for weak locks. Hackers use automated tools to find known vulnerabilities in software and operating systems. Active scanning, while effective, can trip alarm bells. So, stealth is key. Hackers try to blend their probes with normal traffic to avoid detection. Passive reconnaissance is all about being sneaky. It's like eavesdropping on a conversation without anyone knowing you're there. Instead of directly engaging with the target, hackers passively gather information from publicly available sources. Think of it like dumpster diving, but for digital scraps. Hackers might scour websites, social media, and even online forums for any piece of information that could be useful. This could include employee names, email addresses, software versions, or even details about network infrastructure. The beauty of passive reconnaissance is that it's practically invisible. Since hackers aren't directly interacting with the target systems, they leave a much smaller footprint. Open source intelligence, or OSINT for short, is a goldmine for cybercriminals. It's all about finding valuable information that's hidden in plain sight. We're talking social media posts, company websites, public records, even online forums. You'd be surprised how much people overshare online without realizing it. Hackers can use OSINT to find out things like employee names, job titles, email addresses, or even details about upcoming projects. They might even stumble upon sensitive documents that were accidentally made public. The scary thing about OSINT is that it's completely legal. All the information is publicly available, so hackers aren't breaking any laws by collecting it. Section 5. Social engineering, the human element. Social engineering is all about manipulating people into giving up information they shouldn't. It's the art of persuasion, but with malicious intent. Think of it like a con artist, tricking someone into revealing their credit card details. Hackers use similar tactics to exploit human weaknesses like trust, helpfulness, or even fear. Phishing emails are a classic example. They're designed to look like legitimate messages from a trusted source, like a bank or a social media platform. The goal is to trick the recipient into clicking a malicious link or downloading an infected attachment. Social engineering attacks can be very convincing, even for tech-savvy individuals. That's why it's crucial to be aware of the tactics used by these digital con artists. Section 6. Scanning networks, mapping the digital terrain. Imagine you're trying to navigate a city without a map. That's what it's like for hackers trying to infiltrate a network without conducting network scanning. Network scanning is all about mapping out the target's digital infrastructure. It helps hackers understand how the network is structured, what devices are connected, and how they communicate with each other. Think of it like a digital blueprint. Hackers can use this information to identify potential targets, find vulnerable systems, and even plan their attack paths. There are various tools and techniques used for network scanning, but the goal is always the same: to gain a comprehensive understanding of the target's network. Section 7. Vulnerability scanning, finding the weak points. No system is perfect. Every software, every operating system, every network device has its flaws. These flaws, known as vulnerabilities, are what hackers drool over. Vulnerability scanning is like hiring a building inspector to find all the cracks in the walls and leaky pipes. Hackers use automated tools to scan target systems for known vulnerabilities. These tools compare the target's software and configurations against a database of known vulnerabilities. If a match is found, it means the system is potentially at risk. Vulnerability scanning is an essential part of both offensive and defensive cybersecurity. Hackers use it to identify weaknesses to exploit, while security professionals use it to find and fix vulnerabilities before attackers can take advantage of them. Section 8. Resource development tools of the trade. Cybercriminals don't just rely on their wits. They need tools to do their dirty work. Resource development is all about acquiring and customizing these tools for maximum impact. These tools can range from simple scripts to sophisticated software suites. Some are available for free on the dark web, while others are custom-built for specific purposes. Port scanners, vulnerability scanners, exploit kits, and social engineering toolkits are just a few examples of the resources hackers might use. The constant evolution of technology means that hackers are always on the lookout for new and improved tools. This continuous resource development is what makes them such a persistent threat. Section 9. The importance of countermeasures. Knowing the enemy's tactics is half the battle won. Understanding how reconnaissance works is crucial for defending against cyber attacks. By being aware of the techniques used by hackers, organizations can implement countermeasures to protect their systems and data. This includes using strong passwords, keeping software up to date, implementing firewalls and intrusion detection systems, and educating employees about social engineering tactics. Cybersecurity is an ongoing arms race. As hackers develop new reconnaissance techniques, security professionals must constantly adapt and improve their defenses to stay ahead of the curve. Section 10. Conclusion. Staying ahead in the cyber game. Reconnaissance is the opening move in the cyber chess game. It's a crucial phase where hackers gather the information they need to launch their attacks. Understanding the various techniques used in reconnaissance, from active scanning to social engineering, is essential for building effective defenses. By staying informed about the latest threats and implementing appropriate countermeasures, organizations can make themselves less appealing targets and protect their valuable assets from the ever-present threat of cyber attacks. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the world of cybersecurity, it's the most potent weapon we have.